On our planet, there are countless countries, each boasting its own unique traditions and cultural peculiarities, yet few people have ever considered that there exists a nation where women seldom enter into marriages with foreigners. This extraordinary place is filled with tales and legends woven around incredible stories of love and passion. Even from ancient times, myths associated with this land have circulated, recounting that, in antiquity, rivers rushing through mountainous terrain carried gold, and the local inhabitants, whom the Greeks called barbarians, mined it using simple tools like sieves and the pelts of furry animals. From these stories, it is believed that a deep-rooted fascination with shimmering jewelry and adornments among the women of this country originated. To truly understand this unusual phenomenon, we need to delve into the historical roots and attempt to connect them with the realities of the modern world. In the grand epic traditions of this land, the central figure is a guardian of wild animals, often depicted as an enchanting, topless woman with golden hair and luminous skin. Legends tell of her ability to seduce hunters, only to then cruelly exact her revenge upon them. Now, to clarify, which country are we talking about? Nestled amidst majestic mountain peaks and along the enchanting coast of the Black Sea lies Georgia, the most colorful nation of the Caucasus, renowned for its mysterious beauty and rich traditions. An interesting fact about Georgia is that nearly half of its male population bears the name Georgi, a custom linked to one of the most famous royal dynasties of the country. As we approach the conclusion of this story, we will explore what lies behind this tradition. Let us begin with the Georgian women and one of the most recognizable customs of the Caucasus region, bride kidnapping. This ritual historically symbolized the lack of agency women held in society. Today, it has almost vanished. Several decades ago, kidnapping young girls aged 14 or 15 was considered a commonplace occurrence. However, in contemporary times, such cases happen more often with mutual consent between the young individuals involved. When the parents oppose the marriage, reasons can vary widely, including differences in nationality, social inequality, or familial disputes. This tradition, though now largely obsolete, echoes a tragic chapter in Georgian history. In Georgia, entering into marriage without parental approval was, and in some remote areas still is, exceedingly difficult. As a result, young couples sometimes resorted to kidnapping as a means to marry. Yet, after such an act, the girl's chances of refusing the marriage were virtually non-existent. Such events were viewed as a disgrace, not only for her but also for her family. Although in larger cities these customs have largely disappeared, they still persist in remote rural and mountainous communities. For many young women, this tradition turned into a genuine tragedy. Young girls often had to abandon their education and dreams in order to conform to the strict expectations of their families and societal pressures. Refusing marriage could lead not only to social condemnation but also to a complete rupture of family ties. Many of these marriages resulted in early motherhood. By the age of 20, a girl might be raising 2 or 3 children, engaged solely in household chores under the strict supervision of her mother-in-law. At such a young age, many of them appeared older than their years and were denied the opportunity to pursue a career or continue their education. Although this tradition has become rare in modern times, its echoes still resonate in the stories of the older generations, serving as a reminder of the complex and often tragic history woven into Georgia's cultural fabric. The influence of Georgia's rich cultural heritage continues to be felt even in its most remote regions, reflecting a complex interplay of traditions, morals, and social structures that have shaped the nation over centuries. Georgian women have long been celebrated for their extraordinary beauty, a trait that has been repeatedly glorified in literature and poetry. An eminent example is the legendary poet Shota Rustaveli, whose immortal epic, *The Knight in the Panther's Skin*, mentions not only the legendary Queen Tamar but also vividly describes the captivating charm of Georgian women. Their expressive dark eyes, thick black hair, and velvety, sun-kissed skin create images that are both vivid and unforgettable, leaving a lasting impression on anyone who encounters them. One of the most distinctive features of Georgian cultural identity is the traditional approach to raising girls from a young age. In Georgia, girls are typically taught to develop a deep respect for men, to master household responsibilities, and to acquire culinary skills, which are considered essential parts of their upbringing. Despite the influence of modern global trends and the spread of feminist ideas across many parts of the world, these concepts have not yet gained widespread acceptance within Georgian society. Nevertheless, in the capital city, Tbilisi, one can observe a gradual shift, where women are increasingly beginning to occupy more prominent roles within the social fabric. However, in most other regions of Georgia, women still primarily serve as the custodians of the home and family life. This traditional role does not prevent women from demonstrating resilience, strength of character, and the ability to stand up for their rights when necessary. Creative expression is deeply ingrained in Georgian culture, and nearly every girl possesses some talent, whether it be singing, dancing, or artistically expressing her emotions. In social interactions, Georgian women often maintain a reserved demeanor, carefully avoiding excessive flirtation in order to preserve their reputation. Their appearance and style reflect both personal taste and lifestyle choices. Some opt for modest attire, while others prefer fashionable and vibrant outfits. For Georgian women, makeup is an important aspect of their external presentation, often characterized by bold and expressive looks that remain striking regardless of the season. When it comes to footwear, comfort often takes precedence, with many women choosing practical options such as sneakers. Physically, Georgian women tend to be robust and resilient, a trait linked to the harsh conditions of life in the Caucasus. This strength and endurance are complemented by a sense of purpose and inner strength, exemplified by prominent figures such as Liana Jojua, a renowned mixed martial arts athlete. She personifies the resilience and determination that define modern Georgian women, embodying strength, perseverance, and a fierce spirit. One of the most intriguing cultural traditions in Georgia pertains to family names. After marriage, it is customary for Georgian women rarely to change their surnames, thus maintaining a strong connection to their familial roots. The significance of a surname in Georgia cannot be overstated, as it indicates the family's origin and historical background. A surname reveals the region where the ancestors lived and often links the individual to specific noble or ancestral lineages. Georgians take pride in their family trees and meticulously preserve their ancestral traditions, viewing their surname as a vital part of their identity and cultural heritage. Despite this deep respect for history and tradition, Georgian women are also pragmatic and forward-looking. They highly value material well-being, and their care, attentiveness, and gift-giving are seen as expressions of love and respect in relationships. Georgian women are successful in their careers and have made notable achievements across various fields. The country's history is rich with examples of remarkable women, among whom Queen Tamar holds a special place as one of the greatest rulers in Georgian history. She symbolizes strength, wisdom, and leadership. In contemporary Georgia, women continue to play vital roles not only within their families but also in the broader social and political spheres. For instance, women have held significant positions such as the presidency, exemplifying their ongoing influence and importance in shaping the nation's future. Zarabisvili, demonstriruja svoj liderski kejstva I dostizanija. Avlatsa Arkam Primram Gruzinskij kulturi I tradishij. V Gruzinski familia proslizivaca bogatstvo I storisaskogo I kulturnogo nasledia regiona. CDO proavlatsa ve unikalni suffixa. Otrazau si osobenosti adago kra. Samimi rasprostranenimi sredi ni avlautsa okonkania. Taki kak, svili, CDO paravoditsa kak. Rebanak, Ili, Potomac, Ataxi, Zay, Oznike USA, Sin, Ili, Potomac. Eti suffixi imiat paraleli v druga azika. K primaru, Turkski, Ogli, Aranski, Zad, Ili Arabski, Ibn, Vis oni sluzili spozabam oboznesenia potostva. V Gruzinski familia oni kasto obrazovivalis na oznov likni iman. Profej ili osobenoshte predkov. Interesno otmeted, CTO suffix, svili, anagda dobavlalsa k zenskim imenem. Obrazua familii. Naprimer. Tamarishvili, CTO podserkivat bogatstvo I gibkost systemi formiravania familij v Gruzi. Taka praktika ne tolko podserkivat kulturnoi mnogubrazi. No I gluboko ukoranena v samejni traditia. Otraza vaznost samejni svaje I istoriceskij priestvanosti. Raspridaleni familij po regionum strani taxi svidetilstvued o raznubrazi kulturnai tradishij I obikayev. Prisasi razlignin kastum gruzi. V vostoknoj kasti strani, osobeno v gorni rajona. Prioblado familii s suffixum, svili, citio symbolitsiruit prinedlesnost k opridelenoj sim ili rodu. A taxi ukazivat na svaz s kulturnimi I istorisiskimi oso benestami regiona. V to key regiona, na primer v svaneti. Harakterni familii s okonkaniami, ani, ili, ini, kak v slusi familii zarab. Otraza oso benasti mestni tradishij. Eti razlisha v suffixa pod serkivo bogatstvo I mnogogrenost gruzinskij kulturi, kotorad tesnos vizana s territorialnoj identignostu I istorisiskimi oso benestami kazdogo regiona, v vostoknoj kasti strani, oso beno v patriarchalni rajona. Traditii I gro vaznu rol v zizni obsetva, starsi klini semi, vkluka reditelej I musin roda. Zanamount kluchevi pozitsi pri prinati resenij, taki kak vibor supruga. V taki subshistva predpokteni datsa partnerum is svoje nacionalnosti. Ctio spozopstvued sorenenu kulturni senosti I traditionogo aklada. Ctabi izbagat kulturni berarov. Glavnimi kriteriami vibora sputnika zizni zakastu stanovatsa ekonomiska stabilnost I nadeznost. Ctio oso beno sanitsa v gorni I trudnodostupni rajona. Kavkaski musini izvestni svoje sedristu, krasnarisium I stremlinium sozdavat romantisku atmosferu pri uhazavani. Eti certi de lot uhazavania oso beno zapominasamisa I emocionalnimi. V odlishi od nekotori druga kultur. Na primer, ruski musini mogat kazatsa mani virusitelnimi. Mani sklanimi k proavlenu fantazi I romantisma. Ctio zakastu vospranimate kak mani emocionalni podhod k uhazavanium. V tazi vrema. Ruski zenzani kasto vospodivatsa v dui samostowadalnosti. Stremlinia k lichnij svobod I nezavisimosti. Udala zanachatelnu vanimani obrazovaniu I finansavoy samostowadalnosti. Takaj vospodatelnij podhod formiruit u zensen stremleni k samorializaci I samostowadalnomu prinatiu resenij. Kavkaski zenzani, naprotiv, ostayutsa vernimi traditionum senostam, sita, ctio sima I kultura. Atu osnova skasta I blagopolusha. Case vsigo oni predposado viberat partnerov is svoje kulturnoj sredi. Sita atu zalogum samejnogo uta I garmani. Eti razlisha v vospodini I miravatsreni podserkivo unikalnost kavkaska tradishij, kotori, nesmotra na vliani sovremenosti, prodoltsout igrad vaznejsu rol v formiravani samejni senoste. Gruzini uverini, ctio ameno I strana avlatsa rodinoj vsigo vina v mire. Atu ubestini osnovano na tom. Ctio pervi obrazci vinodelia povolis ameno zadiz bole semi tisak let nazid. Gruzinsko vinodeli. Atu ne prosto remezlo. A cast nacionalnoj identignosti I kulturnogo nasledia. Kotoro paradatsa is pokalinia v pokalini I zanimayat osobo mesto v srdka gruzinskogo naroda. Atot drevnij I bogate opet sozdad unikalnu atmosferu. V kotoroi societatsa traditii I sovremenost, della gruzinsko vino odnim is sami znamenity 4 centuries ago. Georgia was a land of rich traditions and vibrant culture. A place where history and craftsmanship intertwined to create a truly unique heritage. Today, this small but historically significant country can proudly boast of cultivating over 500 distinct varieties of exquisite grapes, each contributing to its renowned winemaking legacy. The vineyards of Georgia are not just a testament to agricultural mastery but also serve as living witnesses to centuries of tradition that have been carefully preserved and passed down through generations. Beneath the Earth's surface, Georgia hosts some of the deepest caves on the entire planet. Among them, the Krubera Cave, also known as the Voroniya Cave, stands out for its extraordinary depth. This natural wonder plunges into the depths of approximately 2,197 meters, making it a magnet for explorers and spelunkers eager to uncover the mysteries hidden beneath the earth. The immense scale and complexity of such subterranean labyrinths reflect Georgia's profound geological and natural diversity, adding another chapter to its long history of natural marvels. In the Georgian language, the word for mother is surprisingly understood as father, a linguistic nuance that reveals the intriguing ways in which language shapes cultural perceptions and familial relationships. Interestingly, local children refer to their grandfathers with a different term altogether, which further highlights the rich tapestry of dialects and expressions that characterize the Georgian linguistic landscape. Unlike many other languages, Georgia does not employ the standard decimal system for counting. Instead, its traditional counting method revolves around groups of 20, showcasing an ancient numerical approach that persists in everyday speech and cultural practices. The Georgian language also possesses remarkable phonetic features, including words formed from sequences of 8 consonants in a row, exemplifying its complex and melodious phonology. In Georgian literature and poetry, one can find words with all consonants aligned consecutively, such as the term used in the epic poem Vitsist, in Tigravoi Shkure, which features a string of consonants without vowels. Moreover, the language includes words composed solely of consonants, creating a distinctive aesthetic that captivates linguists and native speakers alike. Italy, in recent times, has surpassed Russia in the volume of monetary transfers sent to Georgia. In May alone, Italian remittances to Georgia amounted to $48 million, underscoring the strong economic ties and the importance of the Georgian diaspora in Italy. This financial flow not only signifies economic interdependence but also reflects the ongoing connections between Georgia and the wider world, bringing vital resources into the country's dynamic socio-economic fabric. Georgia is a nation filled with extraordinary customs and cultural peculiarities that make it genuinely one of the most fascinating countries in the world. Its people are renowned for their astonishing hospitality, often inviting strangers into their homes, offering wine and traditional snacks, and sharing warmth that transcends language barriers. Tasting toasts in Georgia is considered an art form. Each toast is a miniature story imbued with profound meaning, often prolonged to create an immersive experience that embodies the very spirit of Georgian hospitality and tradition. The Georgian language itself is a linguistic masterpiece, distinguished by its lack of capital letters and accent marks, which lends it an elegant simplicity. Its alphabet is regarded as one of the most beautiful scripts globally, inspiring admiration among those who encounter it for the first time. This unique script not only embodies aesthetic appeal but also represents a vital cultural treasure, linking generations through its intricate and harmonious design. Georgian cuisine is celebrated not just for its flavors but also for its cultural significance, offering dishes that are as engaging to the senses as they are to the soul. For instance, hinkali and shashlik are often eaten with the hands, even in fine restaurants, a tradition that locals believe enhances the taste and authenticity of these foods. This tactile approach to dining underscores the importance of communal sharing and the informal, hospitable spirit that defines Georgian culinary customs. Georgia is undeniably the birthplace of wine, a heritage that stretches back thousands of years. It is also the site where some of the oldest known wine amphoras, dating more than 88,000 years, were discovered, establishing the country as the true cradle of viticulture. These ancient vessels, unearthed from archaeological sites, serve as a testament to Georgia's long-standing tradition of winemaking, which continues to flourish today. Nestled high in the Caucasus Mountains, at an elevation of approximately 2,000 meters, the region of Svaneti stands as a symbol of the country's rugged beauty and historical resilience. This remote and mountainous area is famed for its medieval towers, stunning vistas, and the deep-rooted traditions of the Svan people, who have preserved their distinctive culture and way of life for centuries. The landscape and history of Svaneti reflect the enduring spirit of Georgia, a land where ancient customs and natural wonders coexist harmoniously, creating a tapestry as rich and diverse as its history. Germany is renowned for its rich cultural history, picturesque landscapes, and vibrant traditions, but among its many fascinating features, there are some lesser-known yet intriguing facts that truly highlight the country's unique character and deep-rooted customs. For instance, in the southern regions of Germany, particularly in Bavaria, there are villages and towns where the practice of maintaining traditional wooden houses with intricate carvings is still very much alive, showcasing a craftsmanship that has been passed down through generations. These structures often feature ornate balconies and windows decorated with colorful flower boxes, creating a fairy tale-like atmosphere that attracts countless visitors eager to experience authentic local charm. Another captivating aspect of German culture is the widespread presence of fairy tale castles perched atop hills or nestled within lush forests. Many of these castles, such as Neuschwanstein, serve as symbols of romantic ideals and medieval history, drawing tourists from all over the world who wish to step into the pages of a storybook. Beyond the castles, Germany is also famous for its extensive network of scenic routes, like the Romantic Road, which meanders through picturesque towns, vineyards, and medieval towns, offering travelers a journey through centuries of history and culture in just a few days. In addition to its historical sites, Germany boasts a variety of natural wonders that are often overlooked but hold significant ecological and cultural importance. The country is home to numerous natural parks and reserves, such as the Black Forest and the Bavarian Alps, where visitors can indulge in outdoor activities like hiking, cycling, and skiing. For example, the Bavarian Alps include some of the highest peaks in Europe, with the Zugspitze reaching an impressive height of nearly 10,398 feet, making it the highest mountain in Germany. These mountain ranges not only serve as popular skiing destinations but also inspire local legends and folklore that contribute to the country's rich mythological tapestry. Germany's culinary traditions are equally diverse and fascinating. The country is famous for its hearty bread, sausages, and a variety of regional cheeses, reflecting a long history of culinary craftsmanship. In particular, the Bavarian cuisine features dishes like pretzels, Weisswurst, and sauerkraut, which are often enjoyed during traditional festivals such as Oktoberfest. This festival, celebrated annually in Munich, attracts millions of visitors who come to partake in beer tastings, folk dances, and parades, immersing themselves in the lively atmosphere that embodies Bavarian hospitality and joie de vivre. Furthermore, Germany has a deep tradition of music and arts, with figures such as Johann Sebastian Bach, Ludwig van Beethoven, and Johannes Brahms shaping the classical music scene for centuries. The country's numerous concert halls and opera houses continue to host world-class performances, preserving its reputation as a global hub for arts and culture. In modern times, Germany also fosters a vibrant contemporary art scene, with galleries and festivals that showcase innovative works by emerging artists. On a more personal level, Germans are known for their punctuality, discipline, and strong sense of community. These qualities are often reflected in daily life, where punctuality is seen as a sign of respect, and local festivals serve as vital gatherings that strengthen social bonds. For example, in small towns and villages, traditional celebrations like harvest festivals or Christmas markets are eagerly anticipated, offering residents and visitors alike a glimpse into the authentic spirit of regional customs. Lastly, it is worth mentioning that Germany's commitment to environmental sustainability and renewable energy has become a defining feature of its modern identity. The country has invested heavily in wind farms, solar power, and ecological conservation projects, aiming to reduce carbon emissions and promote a greener future. This dedication to sustainability not only influences national policies but also inspires communities, businesses, and individuals to adopt eco-friendly practices in their everyday lives. In conclusion, Germany's allure lies not only in its famous landmarks and historical achievements but also in its lesser-known traditions, natural beauty, and progressive initiatives. Each element, from its fairy tale castles and scenic routes to its rich musical heritage and commitment to sustainability, contributes to a multifaceted identity that continues to captivate and inspire people around the world. Festliche Veranstaltungen, die im Gedächtnis blieben, sind oft die wahren Großereignis, bei denen Zauberich Gast zusammenkommen, gemeinsam zu feiern. Solche Anlass sehen eine große Zahl an Teilnehmern und eine hoffentlich Absicht gilt in diesen Kreisen als Zeichen von Respektlosigkeit. Ein selten auftretender Schneefall in Tiflis oder Batumi wird zu einem besonderen Ereignis, das die Einheimischen wie einen festlichen Anlass genießen. Für die Bewohner dieser Regionen ist Schneemeer als nur eine meteorologische Seltenheit. Wird zu einem echten Fest, das die Menschen mit Freude erfüllt, weil es für sie etwas Außergewöhnliches darstellt. Ein bedeutender Stolz Georgians ist seine lange Tradition der Langlebigkeit. Die Einheimischen glauben fest daran, dass das Geheimnis des langen Lebens in ihrer aufrichtigen Gastfreundschaft liegt. In Georgien scheint die Wertschätzung eines Gastes den Alterswert zu übersteigen, was jedem moment eine besonder Bedeutung verleiht. Die Georgier sind äußerst stolz auf ihr Reich Geschichte und ihr Kultur, und selb im Ausland bewahren sie ihr Wurzeln tief in ihrem Herzen. Sie tragen ihr Traditionen und Werte stets mit sich, egal wo sie sich auf der Welt befinden. Ein faszinierendes Merkmal der georgischen Kultur ist die einzigartige Zahlen-Systematik, die im Sprachgebrauch eine besondere Rolle spielt. Im georgischen Wort das Zahlensystem auf eine spezielle Art und Weise verwendet, die sich deutlich von den üblichen Decimalsystemen unterscheidet. So wird die Zahl 99 beispielsweise als wir gezahlt, was die besonderen Denkweisen und die Weltanschauung der Georgier widerspiegelt. Es ist interessant zu wissen, dass das Wort Danke im georgischen Wortlich das Gegenteil bedeute. Es übersetzt sich als niemals oder wieder, was die tiefe Bescheidenheit und die zurückhaltende Natur der lokalen Traditionen unterstreicht. In der Anfangszeit des 20. Jahrhunderts wurden drei Brüder namens Mdivani in Georgien durch ihre kontroversen Aktivitäten bekannt. Sie erlangten Berühmtheit durch ihre skandalosen Handlungen, die sie jedoch auch zu Reichtum verhalfen. Durch geschickte mit wohlhabenden Persönlichkeiten konnten sie ein Vermögen von mehr als $500 Millionen anhäufen. Auch in der georgischen Kultur gibt es interessante Traditionen, wie beispielsweise die Möglichkeit für den Bräutigam, die Braut zu entführen. Allerdings geschieht dies stets im Gesandtsätigen Einvernehmen. Dies Praxis wird somit zu einem integralen Bestandteil der kulturellen Brauch. Das Reisen mit dem Auto ist in Georgien äußerst beliebt, und das sogenannte Autostoppen ist eine weit verbreitete und geschätzte Methode der Fortbewegung. Viele Einheimisch fahren gern und freuen sich, Reisenden kostenlos eine Mitfahrgelegenheit anzubieten, was das Entdecken des Landes erleichtert. Sollte man in Georgien einmal ohne Transportmittel auskommen, kann die Polizei gelegentlich behilflich sein, indem sie einen als nüchternen Fahrer vermittelt, die sichere Heimfahrt zu gewährleisten. Georgien wird auch als das Land des Weins gepriesen, denn die Jahrtausendel Tradition des Weinbaus hat hier eine besondere Bedeutung. Archäologisch Funde belegen, dass die Weinherstellung auf dem Gebiet Georgiens bereits vor mehr als 8000 Jahren begann, was das Land zu einem der ältesten Weinproduzenten der Welt macht. Es ist zudem faszinierend, dass die baskische Sprache, die in Nordspanien gesprochen wird, Ähnlichkeiten mit dem Georgischen aufweist. Dieses linguistische Phänomen trägt zu den zahlreichen Rätseln bei, die das kulturelle Erbe Georgiens umgeben. Das Reich kulturelle Erbe des Landes spiegelt sich auch in den Bildungstraditionen wider. Das Schuljahr in Georgien beginnt nur dann, wenn die Temperaturen angenehm sind, im Gegensatz zu vielen anderen Ländern, in denen der Schulbeginn strikt in den Kalender gebunden ist. Dies kulturelle Eigenheit zeigt, wie sehr das Alltagsleben und die Traditionen in Georgien miteinander verwoben sind. In der georgischen Kultur hat der Besuch bei anderen Menschen eine besondere Bedeutung und gilt nicht als unhöflich. Das soziale Miteinander ist geprägt von Gastfreundschaft, und es ist üblich, dass auf dem Tisch immer eine Vielzahl an Speisen bereitsteht. Selb ein unerwarteter Besucher wird mit einer großzügigen Mahlzeit empfangen, was die Offenheit und Warme der Georgier unterstreicht. Ein weiterer interessanter Aspekt ist die Sprache. Viele russischsprachige Touristen sind überrascht zu erfahren, dass die Wörter Mama und Opa im Georgischen gegensätzliche Bedeutungen haben. So steht Mama für wie Queen Tamar of Georgia and the Legend of Love, an unforgettable tale. Queen Tamar of Georgia remains one of the most revered and celebrated figures in the history of the Georgian nation. Her reign, marked by wisdom, strength, and noble leadership, earned her the deep love and respect of her people, who still honor her memory today. Despite facing numerous personal challenges, her life was a testament to resilience and the pursuit of happiness. Her first marriage to Yuri was fraught with difficulties and did not bring her true joy. It was only after she married David Saslan that she found genuine happiness, sharing her life with a husband and partner who stood by her side through many trials. However, Tamar's story is also intertwined with a profound and legendary love that has captivated generations, a love that became the foundation for one of Georgia's most famous legends. This is the story of Shota Rustaveli, the great poet and chronicler, and his eternal muse. Rustaveli, a poet of unmatched talent and a treasury of Georgian culture, was hopelessly enamored with Queen Tamar. He admired her not only for her regal beauty but also for her wisdom and noble spirit. His admiration for her was so intense that it inspired him to create an enduring masterpiece, a poetic tribute that would immortalize her in the annals of history. In his renowned epic, The Knight in the Tiger's Skin, Rustaveli pays homage to Tamar, portraying her as a majestic, noble, and unique queen. The main heroine of this grand poem bears the unmistakable qualities of Tamar, her greatness, nobility, and incomparable character. The poem also reflects the unrequited love Rustaveli felt for Tamar, a love that, although never fulfilled in a romantic sense, became a symbol of divine inspiration and artistic devotion. Despite knowing that his love could never be returned, Rustaveli poured his soul into his work, and through his poetry, Tamar's legacy was forever immortalized. The legend tells us that Rustaveli's love for Tamar was so profound that after her second marriage, he understood that he could no longer remain close to her. Heartbroken but devoted to his art, he left the royal court and withdrew to a monastery in Palestine, where he spent the remaining years of his life in contemplation and writing. Tradition holds that Tamar herself, recognizing his unwavering devotion, left a testament that she wished to be buried beside him in that monastery. To this day, the exact location of her tomb remains a mystery, shrouded in historical intrigue. The influence of Rustaveli's work on Georgian culture is immense. His poetic masterpiece, The Knight in the Tiger's Skin, is more than just a literary achievement. It became a symbol of Georgian identity and artistic spirit. This epic poem continues to inspire countless generations, embodying the eternal love for the queen and the poet's creative genius. It is through Rustaveli's verses that the story of Tamar and her legendary love continues to resonate within the cultural consciousness of Georgia. The second marriage of Queen Tamar was equally significant and enduring. Her husband was David Saslan, the Prince of Ossetia, with whom she found true happiness and stability. Their union was blessed with motherhood, and together they were the proud parents of a son named George. From that moment onward, naming a son George became a cherished tradition in Georgia, symbolizing strength and divine protection. A vital part of Georgian history and spirituality is also rooted in the legend of Saint Nino, the revered protector of Georgia who brought Christianity to the land. Saint Nino arrived from the Roman Empire in the 1st century, and her mission transformed Georgia into a Christian nation. Her name became one of the most beloved and popular names among Georgian women, symbolizing faith and divine grace. Interestingly, in Italy, the name Nino also enjoys popularity among men, illustrating the widespread veneration of this saint. Saint George, alongside the Virgin Mary, is regarded as the heavenly protector of Georgia and is deeply revered by the Georgian people. According to tradition, Saint George was a relative of Saint Nino, and together they symbolize the spiritual unity and divine guidance of the nation. It is believed that the first church dedicated to Saint George was constructed in Tristad Tridcat Pat AD, on the very site of Saint Nino's burial. Since the 1st century, the tradition of building churches in honor of Saint George has flourished, with the distinctive St. George's cross becoming an emblem of the Georgian Orthodox Church. This symbol first appeared on banners during the reign of Queen Tamar, making it clear that she named her son George in honor of this revered saint. Thank you for taking the time to explore this story. I hope you found it interesting and that it enriched your understanding of Georgia's rich history and its fascinating legends. Remember to stay curious and continue discovering the remarkable stories that shape this beautiful land.